Hello, hello. Hi, Sinistello. I gave you a point for the help. You reported a couple of issues, and I fixed them this morning, although I haven't pushed them yet. But yeah, I want you to know that I appreciate them. Come on, Abby. I took a little nap over lunchtime, and it was wonderful. The cat was just sitting on me the entire time. It was like 15 minutes, maybe. Yeah, just enough. Why are you not sitting down? Come on. Come on, Abby. Good girl. Good cat. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Oh, hey. Um, Quickie Joe just sent a message about saving the icons out like this. Let me take a look at them. I didn't want to make him have to do this. Oh, wow. Yeah, neat. Yeah, so if I wanted to, I could just use these as is. Let me take a quick look. They should all be 256 by 256. Yeah. Wow. Geez, I sure hope this didn't take him a long time. I was going to say I could have automated something here. But yeah. Yeah, so I'll probably use these then. So we don't need to spend a lot of time on icons. I was trying to save him the time. Still need to properly put together the minor ones, and I'm glad to have noticed those two important ones. Yeah, any other minor ones too. If, like I said, if it's not too much trouble, I think it would probably be helpful. Especially because minor usually means that I can fix it quickly, and that it's just like a provably better thing for the game. So, yeah. Okay, so let's save this as like Skeleseller icons without, or like icons just main content. It left just it actually does. Comes in Zeus Aplenty styles, sizes. I mean, in Galaxy Inferno. Mr. Learns and cat. Don't forget to greet the cat. It's important, Galaxy Inferno. Abby demands attention. All right, so figure out how we'll use the icons. I guess we have our answer now. Anything else? Actually, wait a second. Could I have done this myself? I wonder if I could have. I'm just wondering about for the future. Great news for people with wives. Or for people who are women. Who might want women's sizes for things. Oh, man. Hi, Abby. The screen is tiny. Yeah, and it's just her little head poking up here. But she greets you too. Hi, Galaxy Inferno. She meows. All right, so I'm going to just X out of this whole thing. And I'm going to put this into like some archive or something. Archive. We're just going to make as much progress as we can today. And ideally, that means getting most of this done. Update, not doing this since Quickie Joe sent all of the icons without their borders. Okay, so what happens if we don't have network? We don't have network and we try using these APIs. I can't do that right now, of course, because I'm streaming. This is one of the things that's very hard to test that way. But what we could do is look into the library and see what it does. I imagine they handle this. There's pretty much no way they wouldn't. Did they mention anything about... They have networking, but this might be Steam networking. I don't actually want to know about Steam networking. Yeah, these are APIs. I want to know about common issues. Sometimes your brand new achievements don't seem to be triggering. One cause can be that you didn't publish them. Also found that getting or setting achievements doesn't work at all until the player's current stats have been retrieved. Interesting. Wait, leaderboards? Steam has leaderboards? Is that a thing? Oh my god, I had no idea that was even a thing. Where does it have leaderboards? Why have I never seen these? Is there an example somewhere? Oh my goodness. Huh. Hey, Zalix. Some achievement manager initialized by town, which injects itself into all created achievements. So all of them can listen to stuff that town has access to. Yeah, there are a couple different ways we can do this. Yeah, I'll probably end up doing something like that and then keeping that separate from the actual like saving and setting stuff that needs to happen. I did not know leaderboards were here. Let me see if we have an issue on this. I don't. Huh. Where do you even see these? Oh, you can probably just fetch them from code. Creating, uploading, attaching, retrieving. Wow. Well, if we ever do want to add this, I'm going to make a note about this. I didn't know this was a thing. I wonder how many other Steam features I just don't even know about. I guess they're kind of just all on this page, right? I don't see achievements. Oh, there they are. Yeah. Huh. Interesting. Enhanced rich presence. I don't really care about this too much. Yeah. I think this is maybe nice for multiplayer games. But otherwise, I don't think this is very important. Okay, let's make a new issue here. Consider adding leaderboards. I suppose this would be for bone mode. I originally didn't really want to do this myself, but it turns out Steam has a feature for leaderboards. Yeah, I still don't think this is important at launch. So we'll probably end up closing that, but still, I just want to keep that there. I should probably make sure that link works. Yeah. All right, but why did I even look at that? Oh yeah, the networking thing. I still need to figure that out. What happens if you don't have network? Don't mix the module and plugin. Double precision, GD native, initialization, parse error, Steam client. Game does not appear. Steam inputs, overlay. Nah, none of that. They don't ever talk about their network stuff or timeouts. Is this their thing that they use? You can check this in dashboard. Yeah, I didn't realize it was a thing. I didn't even know that I didn't know it existed. And yeah, now I look through the features, I realize how much stuff Steam does. It's pretty impressive. In fact, there's even a voice thing, right? So presumably you can have voice integration. Yeah. Voice chat can be integrated with the following. Huh. Pretty crazy. Hey, who cares? Hello, hello. All right, yeah, I don't see anything like super obvious right off the bat with this, and I kind of wanted to see what happens. I could test it pretty easily by just unplugging the internet from my computer and just seeing what happens. But I can't do that while streaming, so let's just do that later. Stuff for off stream. Yeah, I assume it just silently fails. Well, silently to the user fails. Should we retry any of the logic we might do? Like setting achievements? Yeah. Partially hoping you would have tested. Can you imagine? All right, anything else that I haven't done yet that we need to do? Yeah, make sure you're even running on Steam. We actually technically don't need to make sure you're on Steam. We just need to make sure you have Steam. Because I'm not launching through Steam right now. It doesn't know that I got this game through Steam. It's just an executable. Yeah, maybe I should write some other notes. It doesn't actually matter if you launch the game through Steam or not. A player could have purchased and installed through itch, but as long as Steam is running on their machine, it will still, it could, you could, well, this applies to more than just achievements. Helpful overall notes. Yeah, launch the game through. You could still grant an achievement and they'll see it pop up in Steam. And it adds for 9 minutes. Yeah, that's something's very broken there. Pretty sure it's inside Steam client since everything is offline until client connects. Oh, like I wouldn't even have to retry maybe? That's a good point. I don't know. I'll need to test that out. Develop it. Thanks for gifting a sub. Now you don't have ads. It turns out he's now in 18 minutes worth of ads for 11 minutes of streaming. He'll never see this. Maybe they internally handle the retries. Steam may even do this. So test what happens when we grant an achievement without network and then get network, but don't try the grant call again. We still need to, oh yeah, and also test this same thing, but close the game after the grant call. All right, well, yeah, we can't do any of this now. That's fine. Shipping these things, I should go test this. Because that way we can get all the foundational stuff out of the way. And then maybe this one's good. This is a cleanup thing we can do later. What else do we need? Yeah, that's pretty much it, right? Yeah. Okay, so let's say we export this. Does it just work? Export, Mac. Oh, right, no templates found. No, that's not what I meant to click. Where's the thing about templates? Huh, I don't remember where that is. Thought it was an editor. There it is, export templates. I don't know how I missed that. Download and install. Okay, that'll take a little bit of time. And that's fine, because what I wanted to do is see where do we stand on this achievement. I think I just got it. I'll just clear it again. It doesn't matter. Okay, so it's been cleared. And now I want to export the game and see if we need to do anything special. Hopefully we don't. Yeah. Hopefully it's just a piece of cake. Only communicate with your Steam client that's running on your machine. I guess you could check if Steam is running. Yeah. Yeah. I wonder what we should do if it's not running. I guess it means someone launched the game outside of this. Should we handle achievements if you launch the game without Steam running and then eventually launch Steam? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what we want to do for that. Okay, so now we should be able to export. This is super easy to test. Because all we need to do is export and then run the game. And if we see an achievement pop up, then we know it worked and I don't need to do anything special. And I think this should just naturally work. But yeah, who knows? All right, making zip should be done pretty soon. Go open this and find game out Mac. Is it done? I don't want to try taking it before it's finished. Yeah, it's done. Oh wait, what's this? What? Can I copy all this? Select all, copy. What does it say? Debug process stopped. Invalid version number placeholder version. The version number can only contain numeric characters. Oh, placeholder version must be something that I overwrite in the release tool, and I'm not using that right now. Yeah. Yeah, it is. Okay. So then does anything else fail? Cannot find part of the path. I think this is all probably fine. Let's just try running it anyway. Like I said, it'll be very obvious whether this works or not. I will delete all this stuff. Huh? All right, so we got the app. I'm going to open this, and we should just immediately see an achievement pop up when we hit the title screen. I thought that was the achievement. Did it work? Nope. What if we quit and then take a look? No. Oh, that's too bad. Well, the other thing I should do here is where don't I have something called like open exported Mac build? Yeah, this. What does this do? It runs from game out. Yeah. Extracts it there and then opens it. Yeah, okay, so that's what I should do. All right, so let's run this and see what happens. I'm assuming it's going to print an error. Maybe something like, yeah, can't find DLLs or, yeah, who knows? Oh, no, it found it. Achievement exists. You've gotten this achievement. Oh, that's weird. So then it didn't pop this up. Well, this is good news, I think. Let's clear out the achievement again. And now if I go look at it, I think all we need to do is launch the game. Yeah. So we got to go to the title screen. Or no, not the title screen, the delete me screen. And stop granting this. And let's stop doing that too. So if I do this, I think it's going to dislodge this achievement. So it'll unmark it. We wouldn't have it anymore. Good. Okay, that's working. And now I'm going to load the version we exported, which should cause us to get the achievement. And I think I was missing that part in the middle. Maybe I already had the achievement. Ah, there we go. It's beneath game mode. It just gave us an achievement. Can't see it. There it is. Nice. Okay, so we don't need to do anything special. That is pretty good. You don't need to do anything special on export, like add DLLs. This is handled automatically. Nice. App I talked about a few weeks back for work. I'm getting good feedback on it already. One QA said it's very intuitive. Another one is hoping to use the app for an item she has later today. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. Yeah. So is the company going to like assign active developers, or I guess it would just be you for a lot of it. Achievement, awarded your first achievement. But then we need one for awarded your second achievement, and then I think the third. And we'll need to find what the least interesting number is. So should we handle achievements if you, yeah, where's this? Okay, so this is done. Let's figure out how we localize this. I don't want to figure this out. Steamworks localize achievements. Localization in languages. Where are achievements? Achievement language support. You can localize some of your application's achievement names and descriptions. When you query an achievement string through the API, it will return the localized information based on the in-game language. You can set up your achievement localization data in an achievement localization section. I didn't see that. Let me click that link. I did this for the playtest, right? Achievements. Oh, there it is. Achievement localization. Okay, well, I'll just write this down for later then. Sounds like it's very easy. Can I get a link to this? You can localize your achievements directly on Steam. Or Steam Works, I guess. How do they capitalize this? I like that. Okay. On Steamworks. How does that work? Based on the in-game language the user has selected. How does it get that? Two types of localization, store page and in-game. I don't care about the store page thing. You can tell customers what languages your product supports in-game. There are options for subtitles, interface, or full audio. If a game supports multiple languages, but the specific language-specific content is small, it isn't necessary to break the content into distinct depots. We might just need to do something special here. I'll test that out when we get to that, I guess. It should be pretty apparent, but as long as we've got it in Steam localization, where is it? Yeah, localize the Steam page. Oh, this is different from the game itself. Okay, let's go make a new issue then. Localize Steam achievements. Is there any other in-game thing we need to do? This is very similar to this, but it's for Steam achievements and any other strings that show in-game from Steam. This should be pretty straightforward to do. Assuming we tackled 789, should be, yeah, pretty straightforward to do. The official documentation is here, but it's very brief. All right. Just see me maintaining the app for the time being. Don't know how long I'll be working there for though. I think I mentioned it once upon a time, but I'd like to move back into my family and work full remote. Yeah, you mentioned moving in with your brother, I think. Yeah. Yeah. But I might have asked you this before, but your current place won't let you work fully remote? Hey, Tim. How you doing? It was nice seeing you in Jitspo stream the other day. We're looking into Steam achievements finally. And hey, Nix. Make sure achievements don't show in the demo. All right, so making sure they don't show in the demo. We just don't even have them for the demo, right? We need them for the playtest. Make sure achievements are manifested for both the playtest and the full. Actually, should we even do them for the playtest? We should probably test that logic. Man, I don't know how I feel about that. There is no concept of a full version yet, though. So when we do launch the full version, we need achievements to be set up there. Oh, this is going to be a pain. Achievements are such a pain to add. It's not too bad in the, like, the very basics code-wise, at least, is basically just, like, set that you have an achievement and fetch any achievements you have. So from Steam's point of view, that's not too bad. Localizing makes them a little bit annoying. And what was the thing I just mentioned here? Oh, yeah, having, like, different game versions makes it kind of annoying. Demo's another app ID. It is, but the demo shouldn't have achievements. The problem is the full game. I don't even think we have a way of like producing a build of that yet. So we just need to make sure that we have the achievement data in both places. Hybrid only, and there are no plans. Yeah, I see. Yeah. All right, our manifesto for both the playtest and the full version, they shouldn't be in the demo. And like make sure players get achievements when loading the full version of the game if they came from the demo. All right, so we should go make a new branch and start checking some of this stuff in, right? Get checkout dash B achievements. All right, so I want to check in everything in a couple of different folders. Games slash add-ons. I want to do git add Godot Steam and get, okay. And then that. So now our only unstaged changes should be delete me. What's this? Steam initialization. Huh, what's that? What is that? Whoops. Taking a break though with my Guildcraft bot. I have citizens at work when they have a job, and when they work with a task loop, it gets added to their inventory. And when you look into their inventory, you'll be able to deposit into the guild inventory. Was this for the competition? I didn't realize you'd settled on a project. Is that really in project edit settings? It probably is, and it's added through the add-on, I'm guessing. So if I search for this, yeah, we find it. But I don't know how we find documentation for this. It says no description available. Initialize on startup. Yeah, they say right here. Just like the app ID, you can automatically initialize Steam when the game starts by setting the following option. This option was originally added to help people using Forward Plus who are having issues with Steam overlay. It'll populate the initialization results in the Steam init result dictionary internally. It's accessible by calling this at any time. What are the other settings we have here? When the game is run through the Steam client, it already knows which game you're playing. However, during development and testing, you must supply a valid app ID. Really? You don't even need to specify the app ID? That makes things a lot easier. I didn't realize that. Oh, so we can just set this to the playtest version forever then. Very interesting. Yeah, very interesting. I'll need to test this too. How do we test it though? I wonder, like, I don't want to have to push to Steam. I guess we could do that. Man. All right, well, I want to get a link to this. Where is it? Here it is. Steam app ID, yeah. For the Discord build-a-thon, a lot of people already submitted their projects. Oh, cool. Yeah, yeah. Well, you said you're taking a break. Are you still submitting it? So off stream, test what happens when you have 480 manifested as the app ID, but launched through Steam. This page makes it sound like the achievements or the app ID should still be set by Steam itself. I wonder how it would even do that. I guess they let you override this unless you launch through Steam, and then you can't override it. Because this delete me code here, I typed in the app ID and we pass it into... No, we don't pass it in anything. Oh, well, then that explains it. Wait, no, that doesn't explain it. If I don't pass it in anything, how's this working? What? Yeah, what? Oh, this is set. Oh, I thought I was doing git. Man, clearly I didn't nap for long enough. Okay, yeah, never mind. I'm setting this here. So Steam can also set this if it needs to. It's just an environment variable. Although presumably this gets set afterward. So yeah, I'll have to test it out. Now, so working on it currently. I'm at breakthrough. Oh. Okay, I understand. That makes a lot more sense. Yeah. The app ID is used when you don't launch through Steam to tell Steam to restart game as needed with that ID. Yeah, I just need to test that to make certain that this is working the way I expect. This page makes it sound like the app ID should still be set by Steam itself. I'm not totally sure that this works. Yeah, just I'll just say write notes about this regardless. I could test by uploading to a special Steam branch. Or maybe I could overwrite the application where it's stored on disk. Just make sure it logs something to indicate that it's a special version with 480 stored. Okay. So should I even bother setting this? Do we have a full game ID? We must, right? This must be it. So I could just set this in the app ID here. What is that going to do? I think if I then don't do this stuff here, it's now going to think I'm running with a full game, which means it'll say that the achievement doesn't exist. Let's go try running this. All right, so what did it print out? The input string was not in a correct format. Line 48. It's in Steam, though. Where's it coming from in my thing? Line 19. Steam in it. Huh. Is it saved as a string? It might be. No, it's not saved as a string. Maybe I need to do the initialize on startup. Let's try that. Yeah, nice. That worked. Interesting. Interesting. Let me go find that documentation again. So yeah, what are these other things that we have here? Works exactly like Steam Init, which just sets the Steam app ID and Steam game ID variables under the hood. You can pass app ID to either Steam Init or Steam Init EX. I'm guessing they're going to say you can do it through environment variables. Yeah. And then what's this? Last but not least, you can create this. File must be where this stuff is located. Sure. What are they talking about with embedding stuff? What is that option? What is this? Following arguments. Embed callbacks. This is Steam Init EX has it, and Steam Init has it too. But I don't know what that actually does, and it's optional. No, it doesn't have embed callbacks. This argument has been removed. All right, I don't know. I don't know what that is. What's the last one? The last one is... Oh, that was it. There were just those three. Okay. Yeah, so I guess we're fine. We don't need this init call anymore. And that'll do it. So now when we run, it'll say that it can't find the achievement because I did not add it to the release version of SkeleToSeller, only the playtest version. Both frightening and reassuring. Yeah, this is the Learns Live part of Adam Learns Live. Hey, Leap Year Girl. So achievement does not exist. Great. Cool. I have successfully learned live. So then something I'm going to need to do for later is to make sure any achievements have been manifested for both the playtest and launch versions of the game. There might be some easier way to do this. There's probably an API or something I can call. Because I don't want to do all this through the UI. Although it shouldn't really be that hard. It'll just be annoying if I have to make a change. I am learning. Have any good Apple flaps lately? Oh, man. All right, so we set this through the project. And title screen is set to use this delete me thing here. Should probably just get rid of that, huh? Yeah. So add Steam libraries. This adds Godot Steam and the C# bindings for it. None of this code is actually used yet, though. Does it have Steam user stats? It should have achievements list. I just assume this wrapper is similar. Yeah, I think it should. It sounds like it did. All right, so where are we now? Make a new branch, done. I guess clean up, we need to merge the branch and switch back to main. All right, make sure achievements are manifested for both the playtest and full version. They shouldn't be in the demo. Yeah, maybe I should talk about this somewhere in here. We have a whole bunch of readmes. I could add one that talks about, wait, what? Where are all the other readmes? Oh, in docs. Yeah, docs / any of these. So I could just say this as like achievements, or maybe just Steam. Steam's probably better. Steam achievements, or like setup. Or maybe just some explanations. I don't know. We set the application ID through project.godot. Maybe I'll put a link to this page. We don't have achievements for the demo version of the game. Valve doesn't advise having. I'll just say as per Valve's advice. And then we have a link here somewhere about why they don't. Yeah. And that's it. That's all I want to write down. We got a proper cake once I sign a contract for my still to be finalized job. Dad might bake something nice for Christmas. Ooh. Yeah, I was at a get together the other day and I asked my friend, what are your top 3 desserts? And he said it was 3 kinds of cakes. It was pineapple upside down, Black Forest, is that what it's called? Or red velvet? I don't remember. It was one of the 2 with a color in it. Or maybe those are the other 2. Yeah, I think these are all 3. Anyway, pineapple upside down cakes are pretty good. What is there not to like about this thing? It's got pineapple. It's got cherry. I think there's some cinnamon in it. Ooh, pretty tasty. I don't know what you're saying. Leave your girl. Let me find out. Black Forest. Ah, yeah. That was a pizza, right? Yep. Pineapple on cake pizza. What I want to make is this. It's not really cake, but I mean, it pretty much is cake, right? Lemon poppy seed bread. I've never made this before, but it feels like it should be pretty easy. I made banana bread. But yeah. All right, what was I doing? Talking about cakes. Make sure players get achievements when loading the full version of the game if they came from the demo. Main one is demo in the save file. Okay, so how do we want to do this? We got to figure out how are we going to even grant. How will we grant achievements? I think the best way could be to store them in the save file and then just grant them at launch if you don't already have them. Or at load. That way we will naturally handle giving you achievements from the demo or when you didn't have network. The chef slime should bake you a cake, except for it to be a terrible cake, but it levels you up like 10 times. Oh, nice. Leave your girl. Yeah. Yeah, I haven't been baking a lot lately. This cat is so adorable. Let me take a picture. Oh, wait. She's getting up. She's moving. All right, now let me show you the picture. What a good cat. All right, this is her right now. Whoops. I didn't mean to close that. So peaceful. Okay, I like this idea. We need to store this, which means we need to keep track of every achievement you've gotten. I think we do it the same way we do with tips. We just have something like achievement IDs and just have a list of them. Like 1, 2, 4. And then that's it. And then we manifest them all in code. And we keep track of what their IDs are on the Steam side of things. Can you put that picture on the bottom right? Or the thing he's making noise? Yeah, sure. Let me put this here. There we go. Then just turn this off. You only need enumeration and compare to Steam. No need to store and save. You only need an enumeration and compare to Steam. Not sure I understand what you mean by that. What I'm talking about is, let's say you're playing the demo and you beat the first boss, and that should lead to some kind of achievement like ogre downed or something like that. I don't know what. Then you switch to the full version. We need to know you've beaten, that you've like gotten that achievement. Now, one way we could know it already is we could just keep track of like, oh, well, you killed the first boss. We do already save that. So that wouldn't necessarily be a problem. But I think it'd be better to just store, oh, yep, you got this achievement, and not the details of how you did that. Steam provides you achievements. No, not for the demo, though. There's no achievements for the demo. So I'm talking about is like a person plays a game. They get a couple of achievements. I don't know, like give the garbage slime 100 gold worth of stuff. And then there's no achievement because we're not going to have them for the demo. Then they switch to the full game. They should still get that achievement. They'll get it on their first launch of their save file. So the only real way to do that is to save that somewhere or save information that can lead to that somewhere. Alternatively, I guess we could try to grant them the achievement for the full game. I don't know what that's even going to do because they don't technically own the full game yet. So yeah, I think this makes the most sense to me. So make achievement IDs. It would just be an enumeration of integers. And then store these in the save file. I would just ignore the demo. I mean, I think we should still have achievements for things like beat the first boss. These are also useful for metrics. So like we can know how many people played the game and then actually did get to the first boss, which should happen in like 5 minutes or 10 minutes maybe. So yeah, I think that should still happen. Some people won't even get the demo, so this won't be a problem, but many people might get the demo and then reload that save file. So yeah, store these in the save file at launch. I'll actually really just at load time, or when adding an achievement to the save file, make sure to grant it on Steam. And yeah, that's pretty much it. And then we just need something to correlate from the enumeration ID to the Steam ID. So every time we make one of these, I guess it could just be Yeah, it just needs to be a dictionary. Probably validate that all of those achievements exist on Steam as developers. That would involve having Steam open, but yeah, I think it's probably a good idea. All right, what else do we have? Maybe the demo should warn you if you have a save file from the full game. You just play that instead. I don't think we need to do anything for that. I'll just write that these are like tests to do at the end. Make sure you can go from the demo to the full game and still get achievements. It will, but will saves from the demo work since we bump versions later? Or is it actually the same version, just gutted? Yeah, saves from the demo will work. And if it ever doesn't for some reason, then that's a bug. Because the demo... What was that? Whatever I just touched was just super sharp. The demo lets you get to level 4 on 4 adventurers and a bunch of perks and all the way to the volcano. To the volcano, but you can't battle there. This all represented, I think, about 20 minutes of gameplay for me. I think 20 minutes is at the point where you definitely don't want to throw it out. If, let's say, this was, I don't know, like Tetris or something, and all it's really got to save is a high score, I'd be like, yeah, start a new save file and get a high score on the new one. Because, like, your gameplay wouldn't really make a difference for future gameplay. But, yeah, 20 minutes through a linear game, I think, is stuff you wouldn't want to throw away. Also, that was 20 minutes of my gameplay. It might take an actual person, like, 35 minutes or something. Then they definitely don't want to throw that away. All right, need to specify a Steam app ID for each version of the game that should have achievements. This is apparently done for me. So how about this? If it doesn't work, if Steam doesn't override the app ID, then we need to make sure we're setting this correctly at launch time or at release time by the release tool. Demo should have its ID manifested just so that you don't unlock achievements for an app you don't have. All right. When we write the final code, we need to make sure you're even running on Steam. Test what happens if you launch a game from itch but have Steam open. Yeah, so this we already tested. In fact, did I write that down? I should write that down. Yeah. Should we handle achievements if you launch the game without Steam running and then eventually launch Steam? We'll handle this automatically by doing this too. So yeah, I don't think it's an issue. Yeah, so this is the only thing we have left to do. I mean, the only thing we really can do right now. Okay, yeah, let's get to it. So we have, if I made a folder for this, it would just be one file in it, I think. Maybe I should make a Steam folder though. That would have more. We'd put achievements in. We'd eventually have leaderboards maybe. Yeah, I'll make a Steam folder. All right, so Steam, let's just go save like item ID in the Steam folder. Call it achievement ID. And this goes into Steam. All right, so baby's first achievement equals 1. All right, so there's our achievement. Now we need achievement data somewhere. So let's go save like an all achievement. It's really just the IDs. I guess I could just go into whatever file we use for this, right? Yeah, I guess we'll make an achievement data. So public static class achievement data, public static string get achievement, or like get Steam achievement ID from an achievement ID. And this is just going to take a dictionary. It's literally just a dictionary of whatever to a string and then use that. achievement ID to string mappings. So this goes to that. And then this just returns. Oh, wait, we can't do it that way. We gotta do like a try get value thing, right? Yeah. And if it doesn't exist, we'll return nothing. All right, achievement ID. These are the mappings. This is a string. This is a Steam ID. And just return that. I guess we need to do things that way. And in the case that we don't have one, what should we return? I mean, it could be null. Converting to potentially null. Let's just return something like undefined. This shouldn't really matter anyway. Why is this a thing? Shouldn't this not be a thing? Converting null literal or possible null to non-nullable type. It shouldn't be converting a possible null. It shouldn't. Huh. Yeah, it shouldn't be a thing. Try get means it can be null. But try get returns true if it's not null. Yeah, see? If it's not a null ref, return true. So I thought that should be impossible. I guess we know here that it's not null. I guess that's what's really going on. In which case, you know what I'll do? I'll just return... In fact, wait, can we just return this entirely then? No, that'll return true. I guess I don't really care what this is, huh? All right, well, this is probably the stupidest function. Yeah, exactly. Okay, I see. All right, so now we want to try granting this. This should be very, very simple. We go to our delete me thing, and instead of passing in the achievement ID here, we're going to break this, aren't we? This is going to have the wrong version. Oh, that's not smart, is it? Yeah, I need the release tool to set this anyway. I guess we should just always be on the playtest version unless I change it. Yeah. All right, so delete this. Delete this. Delete that. And set these things to what they would, whatever they should be. All right, good. All right, so now this is going to be achievement data.get. Got it. And then this might not exist because this might be null. But if it is null, shouldn't this thing not really care? Yeah, I think this is why it's better to just return some like canary value here. Where is it? Undefined. And we'll just never name an achievement undefined. We could even verify that it's not one of these by checking in here. But I don't care that much. If we have an achievement called undefined and people somehow get that, which they shouldn't even from this code because we should only pass in a valid Steam achievement ID. You could pass in none here. In fact, you know, why don't we just throw an exception here? No. I want this. And I don't want to do any typing myself. Yeah, string.empty probably would have been fine too. But I think this should just be an exception. There. All right, so if I'm not mistaken now, if we look at this, we now have our get achievement set here. And then where do we try accessing it here? Yeah. So we can say this is a string Steam achievement ID equals that. Replace that and replace that. All right, so if I run this, no other changes, it should grant me the achievement immediately. Like we'll see it pop up at the top right. And it didn't. Do I already have it? Oh, I've already gotten it. Okay, then I need to reset it. So now I don't have it. But then don't I need to like launch Skeleseller again just to clear it? No, it knows I don't have it now. Oh, that's nice. I don't know how that's possible. Ah, nice, cool. All right, this is a test achievement on Steam. If I click that, it pops it open. Cool. I am now 100% completion of Skeleseller. Easy, easy game. It's too easy. All right, so now we got to go store these in a save file. So I think we have like all town save data or something. Oh, wait, this needs to be persistent across. Yeah, how do I want to do this? If they're in the town save data, then it'll only be for individual runs, which I think is probably fine. It means we'll try giving you this achievement multiple times. I wonder if Steam has any reason why you shouldn't do that. We could make a new file for them. I don't really want to do that. I already have a bunch of files. Let me go find them. So if I delete all these backup files, because I really, really shouldn't need these, right? CM save. Yeah, these probably are not relevant at all anymore. Save copy. Save slime. Save backup. Beat entire game backup. Okay, I think these are the save files we get. Should be able to trigger the same achievement. It'll do nothing. Yeah, yeah. I just wonder if there's a reason not to do that for some reason. Cat, will you please move now? Yes, good. Yes, go by. Go by, Ketzel. Okay, off you go into the wild. All right, so CM run, CM save, local settings, metrics ID, and saves.json. This is only here for the playtest version. Save is your main town save. CM save, I think, is your persistent save data that you have. And it happens to have a town in it, but then it also has some extra stuff. Yeah, so this is the persistent stuff that gets saved. And I think if you start a brand new save file, this gets created automatically. We could store achievement data in here. You have a cat's athletics? Did I know this? What color is your cat? He just took a picture and tells me to leave. But isn't it a great picture? Look at that cat. You have 5? Wow. What color are your cats? Crazy cat people over here. I demand pictures. I want to see all 5 cats stacked on top of each other. Well, I guess part of this depends on what kind of achievements are we going to have. Because imagine if we had something that said like play 50 bone mode runs. Then we need to save this somewhere else. I guess we just need to support whatever we do at the time, right? Like if we do this, then obviously we need to track how many runs you've done. Steam has progress stats for this. Yeah, yeah. But I don't know how that works across the demo. Maybe we should just be careful about which metrics we even, or which achievements we even have for the demo. I wonder if you can fetch stats for another application. Maybe you can if you control that application. Adam's pickup lines. I want to see stacked cats. Alternatively, we could just track just whatever we do for the demo. Yeah, I guess at some point we need to figure out which achievements we're going to have. Maybe we only store the ones that are possible to get in the demo. I do think it'd be nice to have an achievement for beating the first boss. I also kind of think it'd be nice to have an achievement during the first cutscene that says die. Like as soon as your character keels over, it says achievement unlocked, become a skeleton. But you only get it if you watch the intro. We can know how many people skip the intro. Yeah, we gotta figure these out at some point. What's stopping us for adding demo-specific achievements? Nothing stops you from it as far as I understand, but Steam, like Valve directly says, don't do this. We recommend you disable achievements in demos. Instead, store the saved game in this shared Steam cloud as described there, then grant those achievements on loading the game in the full game. They don't actually say why, but I think you don't have an achievements page for demos. And yeah, I don't know if you can fetch these like cross game version. You died. Watch the intro. Yeah, I'm a little torn on this. I think we do need to figure out some of the achievements. Well, let's look at that issue that we had. There were some described in there. I think a lot of them were kind of like goofy. We need some serious ones too. Feed the garbage slime a crop. That's technically not possible during the demo. End a multi-wave battle, also not possible. Get to level 10, not possible. Beat the game, not possible. Max these out, not possible. Click 40 apples. Okay, that one's possible. Wait a second. What are they saying there? Store the saved game in the shared Steam cloud as described in cloud documentation, then grant those on loading the game. So this implies that you can, I guess you can access the save file. I guess that makes sense. Click 40 apples in a single session or overall? I mean, probably overall. Hey, Tegan. I just guess that content will change, affecting how you get those achievements. But that's okay. I don't mind if someone has an achievement that they shouldn't have anymore. Like, imagine if you had something like, I don't know, do 10,000 things. And later we're like, oh, let's just make it do 1,000 things or 100 things. It's like, well, if you got the achievement for the difficult form of that, or vice versa, we started with do 100 things and you got the achievement, and then we changed it to be 100 times harder. Like, yeah, whatever. They're just achievements. You can hack them in every game anyway. I just don't want there to be some achievements that you now can't get in the full game because you did them in the demo and they don't count. What other things were on that list? I also don't want to over-engineer this. Yeah. I think I will just store these in your town save file. Since we don't have all of the achievements drafted yet. Yeah, okay. So you should be able to track achievements in the same place you track Apple clicks, right? Yeah. I mean, you can also base these on stats. In fact, the UI in Steam lets you do this. Hello again. Did you forget? Okay, I'm about to go take my break, cat, so this is not a good idea. Yeah. All right. I'll do this when I come back. No, cat, no, please. No, stop. 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 I'm gonna take a break. Okay, come sit down. It's a good cat. All right. I'll be back in a little bit. Is it jump time? It's jump time. Hello again. All right, I'm standing now, so the cat can no longer sit on my lap. Hey, Jack. Oh, she's meowing. Are you okay, Abby? Abby. She's probably fine. Okay, close the game. So yeah, I think I'll just store these in individual save files, and we'll do exactly what I said I'd do. So town save data. We need achievement data somewhere. Just store it here. It doesn't really matter. Achievement data. Actually, is there anything that makes sense to put it in already? You could kind of consider it progression, but it's not really progression. Yeah, I think we'll just put it in achievement data. And it should probably be called save data. Some stuff you could take, like items. Oh yeah, the metrics thing. Yeah. I wonder if we write somewhere that what you do in the demo doesn't count toward your achievements. No, like I said, there's some achievements that I just feel like I do want something for beat the first boss. Yeah. Yeah, okay. All right, I think I'm reasonably convinced about this. So where's the closest thing that we do to this? The battle map stuff? Start instance? Is that it? Yeah, this is pretty close. All right, so we're going to say this is achievement save data. Achievement save data. Hash set achievement IDs. Like unlocked achievements? I guess you call them achieved achievements. What does Steam call them? I should probably just use the same terminology that they do. Maybe granted? Yeah, I think they call it achieved. Yeah. Yeah, let's just store it as achievement IDs. It doesn't really matter. Just assume that they're the ones that are granted to you. Okay, that's it. And then rename that. Okay, so there's our achievement save data. Now we got to go load it. Save data. All right, so what's going to track this? Yeah, we could have an achievement system here. I guess it just listens for stuff and then stores what you've saved or not. Yeah, I think it's pretty reasonable. I don't know why this is potentially nullable. This should not be nullable. Non-nullable property must contain a non-null value. Oh, that's why. All right, it was me being lazy. I'm still not going to fix it now. So the achievement system pretty much has to exist. So we just put that there. Now we need to go actually make an achievement system. So let's go do that. Oh wait, I already have achievement data. So we got to track which ones you already have. Private hash set achievement IDs. I'll save it as achieved achievement IDs here. I think that's pretty reasonable. Then we need a couple of functions. We need, let's see, save data and load from save data. This is going to be achievement save data. Good. And then, oh, yeah, that's fine. And then I need a get save data thing. I think the enchanter has something like that. Save data, yeah. I hate that shortcut. I don't know why I haven't remapped it yet. Every time I do it, I'm like, oh, I better pray that I typed it correctly. So I have a shortcut that is, I have to wait for this to open before I can show you. So I have a shortcut that is go to last editor location or edit location. Yeah, it's Command K, Command Q. So Command Q is quit the program on Mac. So if I don't press Command K correctly, which I apparently didn't, then I just end up quitting everything. Oh, hey, release notes. I did want to check this out. Release date November 12th. Wait a second. What? There should be a newer update, right? Did I already look at this one? I feel like I did. Yeah, I feel like I did. Update. It says restart to update. Okay, let's do that. Hi. And hi to YouTube chat. All right, this one was December 10th. Introduces multi-agent orchestration. Background agents, delegate work. What else changed though? I want to check out non-AI stuff. Identify open projects. Swipe to navigate. Choose when to view hover pop-ups. Code editing, TypeScript rename, use a new model. Preview next edit suggestions. Outside your viewport, what? Really? Oh, interesting. That's pretty good. Is this on by default? Yeah, looks like it's on by default. Source control, stash in the source control repositories view. Neat. Can enable it with selection mode. Do I want to see that? I don't know if I want to see that. I kind of want to try it. View in settings. What is this? I don't even understand what that is. Explorer, maybe this one? Controls whether to show repository artifacts in source control repositories view. It's experimental and works when selection mode is set to single. Oh, all right. Let's just not mess with that then. Bug catcher's here. Hey, Sins. Are you talking about Abby? She's like, how do I get to your lab? I do not understand what's going on right now. she just wants to be close. Oh, what a cute cat. Come on. Yeah. Oh. Busy all day, so I'm late, but I hope we kicked off the week nicely. Yeah. Hey, Krasner. How are you doing today? Yeah, we've done some pretty good work today. Now we're working on Steam achievement stuff. Did I check the Copilot stats thing? Yeah, it's there at the bottom, although it's not showing right this second. I have the little bar there at the bottom, and it says AI versus average typing is about 10%. I don't know what it is on a normal day. What a cutie indeed. Debugging, don't care. Terminal, don't care. Authentication, probably don't care. Languages. Remote development, enterprise, contribute to extension, proposed APIs. Huh. Let me read these really fast. So you're moving active border color does not reset the window border. Okay. Well, anyway, back to what we were doing. So I wanted to copy this into achievement system. And this is going to be achievement save data. And it should be very easy to do. Return new and pass in achieved achievement IDs. Data, save data. There we go. All right. Easy peasy. Now we go back to town. We use that. Save data. Why is this? Oh, because that doesn't exist. Right. Private achievement system. Then in the save data, we'll use that. Why is this yellow? Because it's unused. Yeah. Hey, Thornico, congrats. What game are you talking about, by the way? Because I thought Click and Conquer was already out. I watched about half an hour. So Cynical Dev shared a video that you had done with Jonas. And I watched about half an hour of that. And then I thought, oh, I'll get back to this. I realized I'm not going to get back to it. It was like another hour and 15 minutes. But yeah, I enjoyed what I saw. Yeah, I'm not sure what game you're talking about right now. Oh, a game about feeding a black hole. How's it doing? We need the load from save data here now too. All right, so there shouldn't be a concept of whether or not this is null. When we do load from this, I guess let's do it sort of toward the end, maybe. Yeah. Possible null reference. I mean, it should exist. We could just do this or null. Or just new. Yeah. Yeah. I guess it could be null, actually. I didn't think about that, because an old save file wouldn't have it, in which case we load nothing. Yeah. It's on a rocket ship. Nice. Nice. Yeah. It's good to know the process works. Did you do the steep discount for this game too? Like a 40% that you plan to pull back to 20%? Because that was one of the things I heard about in the time that I was watching the interview. was trying to think of what the other ones were. Something about tags. Matching to other games that have the same tags. But yeah, it's nice to see. Likely won't change price. Got it. Yeah. Man, I'm excited for the launch of my game, but if it doesn't sell like hotcakes, I'm gonna be like, oh no, what have I done wrong? I'll just use it as feedback for the next game, I suppose. All right, so upon loading from the save file, we need to try telling Steam to mark these as achieved. And what else? So this is done. This is figured out. This I'm still not certain what I want to do with. Should we detect that you're in the demo and then just store them in a save file, or store them regardless? I think we just store them regardless. The one issue I could see having, though, is that we're going to try to grant you a whole bunch of these at once. And I think the API for this is just one at a time. Set achievement. Is there any like multiple achievement thing here? Clear achievement. Get. Let's just do it this way. No, there's no set multiple. This is going to probably send it out as multiple requests. Or maybe it batches them for like a half second or something. Does Steam tell you that Skeleseller is running now, even after closing? No. No. I think it's only while it's running that it would tell me. Let me see. And I think this is only because we called Steam init. Yeah, so now it knows that it's running. And if I hit stop, does it actually close it correctly? It does. Okay, interesting. Huh. I mean, that's what I would expect. It's just kind of nice that it works, I guess. All right, so that's where we pull from delete me over here. We have to assume that this thing was already made. We need to fetch all of their IDs too. Okay. So for each achievement ID, mark achieved on Steam. Private void mark achieved on Steam. And that's going to be this code. So we tried getting it first. We need the Steam achievement ID. Oh, I already have that. Okay, then we call get achievement. Why is this failing? No definition found. Oh no, we have two namespaces named the same thing now. Oh man. All right, what do I want to do? Either we rename mine or we scope this one out correctly to like Godot Steam whatever. And we even need to change what kind of dictionary this is. Nah, I think I'm fine with that. It's kind of annoying to do Godot Steam every time. I guess we could do using Godot Steam. We probably can't do that. Does that work? Is this a thing? Elements should be separated by a blank line. I think so. Oh, wait, no, that doesn't work. Because it's the name of a package, too. I think we called it something else. Like if I called it test or something like that, it might work. Yeah. G Steam? I don't know. Take care, hard worker. Hope you sleep well. Yeah, this is a little strange. I don't know how I feel about this. I think we just scope it every time. I don't really mind. All right, so we check to see if the achievement exists, and if it does, then we try giving it to you. So if achieve.asBool, just do this stuff. Seems like a bad design choice on their end to not let you mark multiple as achieved. It's probably just not a very common thing, I guess you would do. Merge as if with the enclosing one. Why doesn't it suggest that for this one, I wonder? Oh, because I have an else statement there. Yeah, I don't care about that. So yeah, we'll merge that too. In fact, it should be able to merge. And then I guess we combine all of this into one. Yeah. So if the achievement exists and you haven't achieved it, then try to set it. The checking for existence is a little strange for me because I think if we try to set it and it doesn't exist, it's just going to complain and we don't care. But whatever. So now, is there some kind of limitation on calling store stats? Achievements, store. On user stats stored. Anytime you attempt to store stats on Steam. On achievement stored. Like, can I just do this every single time? Or is there some limitation to that, I wonder? Because I could do this in a couple different ways. One, I could, let's delete that. Or actually, let's say granting. Granting plus Steam Achievement ID. Actually, do I care about this? I don't know. Yeah, sure. What's this called? This is Godot Steam. This we're not going to localize, by the way. I don't plan on doing that. I guess let's write it like this. What was I going to do? I was going to do something. I don't remember what it was. I don't know. Hey, Goose. Good afternoon to you. We store these in the town save file at load time or when adding an achievement. Okay, so let's go plug this in. Let's make it so that when you beat the ogre, it gives you an achievement. So we will go make a new achievement system with the town, which I don't think we really have anywhere else. Should be okay. We'll need a proper constructor for this, actually. Or maybe we just call it a init. I don't know. Public void init town. Yeah. All right, I'll store this here. We'll change this to be in init. And I think we just initialize this as soon as we can. Hey, tripod. Tripod. I don't know why I keep doing that. I keep calling it tripod. What would you say your favorite game created in Godot is? Oh man, that's really tough because I don't know if I've actually played a game that I've gotten on Steam that was made in Godot. And if I have, I don't even know if I know that it was made in Godot. So it's hard to answer. It's like saying like, I don't know, you know, like what's the best Wednesday that was the third Wednesday of a month that you've ever had? It's like, I can't even enumerate those. Like what were good Wednesdays that were the third Wednesday of the month? So yeah. With that said, I probably haven't played a lot of Godot games. And I wonder what the most like notable examples are. Because I could probably tell you if I've played, well, I say probably, I could almost certainly tell you if I've played these games. Okay, so I've not played any of those so far. Cassette Beats, I think I played. No, I didn't play this. I think I downloaded it and never opened it. Yeah, oh, Halls of Torment I played, but I only played it for about 20 minutes, however long one run takes. I didn't like that. Brotato? Did I play that game? No, I did not. Yeah, I don't think I really played a lot of Godot games. Yeah, I haven't. Yeah, Active Poison is the only game I see on there I played. I see, yeah. So I guess Skeleseller is the answer. Hey, TCap. How you doing? All right, so we initialized this. We have the town. We don't actually use the town. I wanted to use this now to do on beating an elite. Yeah, beat elite instance for first time. Okay. So this is going to have a lot of things, right? It almost makes me wonder if we should even put this here or if we should just like mark that you've gotten a certain achievement somewhere else. So as an example here, we have beat elite instance for first time. And I emit a thing. Yeah, I guess listening here is probably the best. Been messing with the Steam API. What are you doing with it? Also achievement stuff or something else? Hi. Hi, cat. Oh. Hey, Pressel. I checked it. It's quite different. Oh, Godot Steam? I mean, in terms of API usage for achievements, I think it's pretty reasonable what they expose. All right, I guess let's go code this. Private void this. What do we take in? The instance ID? I hope that's right. I did lobby multiplayer, now doing rich presence. Oh, wow. Okay. Is this all for a tower defense game? Also, rich presence, out of curiosity, what made you prioritize that? Because I think if you have a multiplayer game, it makes sense. Like, oh, can I invite my friend? And it says, no, they're actually in a game right now, as opposed to in a lobby or something like that. But I think for a single player game, it doesn't make too much sense to me. I think it's still nice to have, though. I don't think it needs to be a priority. I like the days we get cat and keyboard cam in one. Yeah. She's now on the chair. I'm standing up for once. I should probably just be doing this more often. All right, so anyway, if instance ID is equal to the canyon, then I want to give you an achievement. How do we... I guess mark achieved on Steam could be different from add achievement. Public void add achieved achievement. Yeah, that's pretty good. We could, for example, expose gold earned to Discord, if that makes sense. Yeah, that'd be Discord's rich presence, though. Steam has their own. For Steam, I just, like I said, the only place I've used it is multiplayer games, where I'm like, oh yeah, okay, that friend is doing that in the game, and I need to know that. But otherwise, I get that it's just for flavor. Yeah, it's easy and cool. Yeah, yeah, I agree with that. But yeah, what game is this for, TCAP? Property should not follow a method. Sure. Steam has that too? Yeah, Steam has that. Okay, so here we go. Let's go try this out. We just need to clear my achievement. And then run the game. It's been multiplayer forever. I didn't use Steam, so I had to port that. Oh, wow. I don't think I realized that. Or maybe I heard you mention it once. Uh-oh, that's not supposed to happen. I forgot to delete the file called delete me. Yeah, I don't think we need any of this anymore now. We can get your Steam ID friend persona name. I don't think we need that either. But the Steam.is Steam running we might need later. See if we want to use this. All right, I'm going to delete this entire thing. Reveal in Finder. Delete. And then delete it from the title screen, which is now probably going to cause a failure because I should have done that in a different order. Thankfully, it didn't. So now our total set of changes is just achievement stuff, right? Yeah. Oh, wait. Oh, wait. No, 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 no. Gotta go cancel that. Did I do it in time? I hope so. So Steam should show that I don't have the achievement anymore. Yep, you've unlocked 0 out of 1. And now I'm going to go into story mode. And we're playing the game. We're having fun. We get a new adventurer. We go fight. Well, we got to fight in the forest first. I'm just going to skip this. All right, we go fight in the canyon. And now, oh my god, epic battle. We're going to speed this up a little bit. And when you win, we get an achievement. Neat. Yeah, so now if I save and then quit and then delete the achievement and then just load the game, that should be enough for me to get it again. Because it's stored in my save file that I have it. So now I hit continue. Yeah. So that experience that you saw right there, where you click continue game and then it shows an achievement, I hope people aren't confused by it, because here's the full scenario. You play the demo, you beat the ogre, you say this is the greatest game of all time, you purchase it, and then you load your demo save file, and the achievement pops up. I don't think this will be confusing for you, but the achievement is going to say, turn this off. It's going to say something like, you just beat the ogre, something like that. And you'll be like, what? Is that a problem? I don't think so. Also, you'll probably see like 2 or 3 achievements pop up when you load your save file. I guess we could tell you that. I'd be confused about not the brightest. I'd probably add a note about loading demo achievements when you hit continue. Because we could detect that you have a bunch of achievements from your save file, and then we granted them to you. And we could pop up a notification saying, granted achievements from when you had the demo, maybe? Add something that's from the demo, like demo achievement. Well, it's like from the demo, it's your progress that gave you the achievement. It's a demo in the full game, and had you just bought the full game directly, you would have seen this pop up at the appropriate time. Hey, doctor. Special achievements for max users should appear for purchasing the game. Special achievements for max users. I don't think I understand the max users part. Oh, Mac users. Ah, yes. Play the game on a Mac. 40 achievements. Pretty sure you're just overthinking it. Yeah, I guess we don't need to do this. I guess it's not super important. Let's not worry about it for now, because it's just more work. So this is done and this is done. So maybe we go check this in. Yeah, I'd kind of like to define both of these in the same place, to the point where I kind of wonder if achievement ID should just be in the same file as achievement data. She's meowing already. And it's 3/4 of an hour too early. Yeah, I kind of want to put them in the same thing. Okay, let's just delete that and put this over here. Can we put it there? Yeah, we can. And then delete this. Yeah, that way we can just modify one file. How is it that your game runs on Mac, but yet Whimsy's doesn't? Isn't Whimsy using a Windows machine? That's why his name is Windows Beard Games. I think he'd have to rebrand, like cross-platform Beard. All right, so we replace this with the playtest version. I think I already pushed that branch. I don't want to force push. That was one loud meow. Yeah, it's like her meows are bouncing off the walls directly into the microphone. She's not even in this room right now. Oh, maybe she was when she meowed. It's set to the playtest version for development so that you can test achievements. Oops. Just by running the game normally. I mean, what do I say for this? It's set to the playtest version for development. Yeah, so that you can test new achievements without modifying the launch version of the game. Something like that. All right, achievements, save data. I don't think we need a comment for that. It's pretty straightforward. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. All of that is good. This is also fine too. Do I want to comment for any of this stuff? Not really. And then just achievement system. Okay, let's go look at that one. Open source beard. I think open sourcing games is probably a bad strategy for most people who want to make money. And like, yeah, you can open source just part of it or just the code or just, I don't know, some like tiny subcomponent of it. But yeah, I think it'd be pretty hard to monetize. All right, anything special here? So why don't we just call add on this? Yeah, I probably should do that. And then just clear this here. Yeah, there. Now we're using the same. Oh, whoops. Got to do that correctly. For a game like Skeleseller, I don't see the point in open sourcing. Am I missing something? No, I don't think there'd be a point in open sourcing Skeleseller. I think typical like monetized open source software, like the typical route is that it's easier for a company to host it for you than for you to like set it up and maintain it. For games, this doesn't really hold true. It's like if there's a build script and you can just launch like, oh, build.sh and now I have the full game. It's like, well, you don't have any maintenance to do. You just have the game now. But yeah, for something like Weblate, which I started using, I spent a bunch of time setting this up and I could have just paid them to keep it set up and hosted for me. So yeah, and it's open source. Then we can replace all player characters with Whimsy eggs. That is true. But I think we can get Whimsy to add in an Easter egg mode for that. Their own Skelerap covers. Please, Darkstorm, do a Skelerap cover. I can add that into the game and not even my own Skelerap. I'm starting to see the vision now. How could I have missed this? Note we purposely don't localize this message. Hey, Flair. Thanks for the resub. Do you not know about the Skelerap? I thought everyone did. I think it's super cringy. But there's a link to it if you want to watch it. You do not know? Okay, well, you're in for something. I can't even say a treat. Amazing piece of art. No. The short story is I spent many, many hours writing lyrics, recording myself, making the music, editing a video to get the lyrics to pop up. But I do not have a good singing voice. I think if I had a good singing voice, I'd be very happy with how this all turned out. But instead, it just sounds like trash. All right, we're going to check this in. So add the achievement system. Someone will do a guitar cover. I mean, I'd like if someone did a cover. If someone who can actually sing and has talent can do a cover of that, I'll happily share the instrumental. Definitely is something. Yeah. Hey, some people liked it. I like the creativity behind it. I'm also pretty happy with the lyrics. Just like I said, I'm not happy with my voice. I like my speaking voice too, by the way. I don't have a problem with that. I don't have a problem with listening to recordings of myself. I just can't sing. There's only one achievement for now, and it's fake. But it gets triggered when you beat the first boss. Man, by the way, this is like such a letdown. I've heard this so many times in my life because I've done a bunch of like wacky things, and most times we're on April 1st. Like I did the chat royale thing, and yeah, a bunch of people are like, "I have no clue what's happening here, but you look like you're happy." What a shame. What a shame. All right, so we have the basic achievement system set up. We have a bunch of icons now too. I could check in those icons into the code and just make sure they don't get distributed to users. I think we need to spend some time actually doing achievement. Trying to be funny. The rap really isn't that bad. No, that's fine. And a bunch of people hold the non-ironic opinion. It should be the main game trailer. The thing is, up until that point, just for a placeholder, we didn't have a snake graphic. So for the intro to the game, we used a slime. I think it's, yeah, here. You were battling a slime. And then I made the Skeletor wrap because the plan was for it to be a snake all along. So I'm like, as soon as the Skeletor wrap is out, I'm like, we got to get a snake graphic. We have to get something. Otherwise, the Skeletor wrap doesn't make any sense. All right, so what can we still do now? Let me close out all these other tabs. Yeah, this stuff's done. Let's put this in the archive. So do we want to check if Steam is running? I don't think we need to if we're going to save this to a save file anyway. And maybe I should write that in the achievement system. Probably should have done that in the last commit. Whatever. Tracks which achievements you've unlocked and handles telling Steam about them. Part of the reason why we save achievements to your save file is so that demo players can still get achievements from something like beating the first boss without having to restart their game. Well, without having to restart their save file, I guess. Yeah. But there's another thing I wanted to write here. Yeah, the other reason is actually not determined yet, which is what if you're not online at the time? All right, so I'll just write the reason why, and then I'll write a note to, oh, why is that there? Isn't that not needed? Yeah, I'll write a note to modify this comment. Comment for this if it turns out we can do this while offline. If that's the case, then it does more than just tracking. Figures out when you've gotten an achievement, tracks the achievements you've gotten, and handles telling Steam about them. Yeah. All right, so I'll amend the last commit. Done. No, not done. Now done. Make sure you can go from the demo to the full game. We just tested that. I mean, we pretty much tested that. Delete baby's first achievement. Look into this issue. Is there anything else in this issue that matters? Make sure this code only runs on Steam. I don't even think that's important. Figure out how to get achievements to connect to Steam. There's probably an API. Come up with the achievements. Probably put in a bunch of skeleton puns. Add all the achievements. Figure out how to localize these. Oh, yeah. I gotta listen to Weblate. Localize. Keep in mind that the localized string should probably show on Weblate. Store stats. Oh, yeah. Here we go. Thank you. Where'd that go? There it is. Whoops. If this fails, then nothing is sent to the server. It's advisable to keep trying until the call is successful. And returns a bool if it's successful. This call can be rate limited. Call frequency should be on the order of minutes rather than seconds. You should only be calling this during major state changes such as the end of a round, map changing, or the user leaving the server. Calls required to display the achievement unlock notification dialog. So if you called set achievement, it's advisable to call this soon after. If you have stats or achievements that you have saved locally but haven't uploaded, when your application process ends, then this function will automatically be called. Got it. Yeah, I should write this here. Have you been staying safe with all the flood warnings? Yeah, I actually saw some shocking news. There was, what was this? Building business flooded. Let me see if I can find this really fast. Yeah, this. Look at this picture. So this, well, just this picture. This is someone's welding shop. They've had it open for more than 100 years. I mean, not this one person, but in the family probably. And just like what amount of damage is probably caused by this? Crazy. Yeah, the site is trash. You know where that is? Yeah. Wow. Yeah, it showed up in my news feed and I was like, oh my God, I can't imagine what that's like. I can't imagine. I mean, even if you live in a flood zone, I guess you probably have flood insurance, but that doesn't mean that it's fun to deal with or to rebuild everything, or what do you do in the meantime? There was some other thought I had about this too. Oh yeah, there was another news post about lootings for flooded places. Man. Right down off First Street in Snohomish. Yeah, crazy. Green River levee failed too. Oh, one of the I don't remember what this is called or where it is. It's like Route 2 or something, except for it's probably not called that. There was a 2-lane street that was like right at the edge of a coast, and it just one lane just fell into the water. And they're like, there are no detours. They're probably, I don't know if they can even use the one lane that remains. Like, what if that falls into the water too? Highway 2, yeah, that's what it's called. Highway 2. Look at this. I'm going to show this picture too. Let me see if I can find it. Where is it? Yeah, here. Oh my God. Picture's nuts. Look at this. Imagine, I don't know if there was anyone hurt for this. I doubt it, because I don't think the news story mentioned that. But imagine you're driving and you just see this on the road. Now there's probably signage and everything because it made the news. But yeah, this is terrifying. If only they used stronger paint to hold this together. It's a shame. Yeah, but this is terrifying. And they did say no detours. So it's like, how do you get from wherever this is going to wherever this is coming from? Don't know. Okay, so you're not supposed to call this often. Achievements through Godot Steam. Store stats can be rate limited and shouldn't be called often. It's too bad the library doesn't handle retrying for you. I don't want to keep retrying this. And if we are going to keep retrying it, we need a timer or something. Only call this during major state changes, such as the end of a round, blah, blah, blah. False if the current game does not have stats associated with it in the Steamworks partner backend, or those stats are not published. Yeah, I'll just try this every once in a while. Like in this case, what we should do is we should hold off on calling this until we've gotten a bunch of calls, or we should wait till the next frame or something like that. We need to update this, which means it would need to be a node. But I guess we can just make it a node. Yeah. Go down to I-90 and around. It's a lot longer. Yeah. Man. Cat's meowing now. All right, I'll have to change this. I think we're going to turn this into a node then and add it to the town. I'd like this to exist on a longer lifespan than that. I guess it doesn't really matter. Or I just do the rate limiting in C#. But no, I think I want to make it a node. Posted pics of my cats and off topic. Well, I'm looking at these on stream. Our crazy cat household. Good cat. Good cat. Very good cats. Oh my God. I was trying to tell how many cats are in this picture. It's 3. These are amazing. Do all 5 get along with each other? At least 3 of them do. So I guess I'm putting this in here. Yeah, add child node. Node achievement system. All right, so we got that. Now I need to fetch this and do everything. Should probably let you call in until you get a false back, then retry in like 30 seconds. I don't even know if I'm going to handle retrying logic. I just don't think it's super important for achievements. So yeah, this has got to change now. Achievement system. And then we initialize it down there. And now this needs to inherit from node, which makes it partial. And now what we can do is we can add in something like a private bool needs to store stats. So every time you add an achievement, we're going to set this to true. Or maybe we should just keep track of a list of achievements that need to be marked. Yeah, that's probably better. Private read-only hash set achievement IDs to... Wait, no. What am I doing? No, what am I doing? That's not how this works. We just get rid of this from here and we set it to true. And then in some kind of process or something like that, or maybe we just set a timer. Yeah, we could just set a timer. I'll do that. Mostly, gray one does not like the orange/blonde one. Yeah, that's not bad at all. Man, I had 4 cats growing up, and I think 2 of them didn't get along. Like, let me phrase it this way. The only 2 that got along were the orangish ones. There was no other pairing of cats that got along. All right, yeah, I want a timer for this. Isn't there a way to not have to add this to the scene? I guess it doesn't really matter. It's got to be stored somewhere in Godot. So I'm going to start the timer, or I'm not going to start the timer no matter what. I'm going to make the timer no matter what. So this will be something, I don't even need a name for this. One shot. Would it be one shot? I guess every time it times out. It doesn't really matter. We could start it or stop it when we need to. We're not going to start it here, though. This will be like... save or store stats. Yeah. You don't want to? Because if you sleep, it'll come tomorrow. I do know that. Oh, you know what? No, never mind. It's only 3 o'clock. All right. So private void store stats. So if need to store stats, if it's somehow false, I guess we just return. That's probably not smart. And then we got to call whatever used to be here. How do I copy this? There we go. Okay. And then if this fails, bool success equals this. If not success, then we start the timer again. How often should we retry this? I mean, if it fails, we should, yeah, just keep trying until it's successful. So just try again in like a second or something, right? Timer dot start 3. So we try again in a bit. And then here we I guess in process or something. So here we just call, if need to store stats, then store stats. Kind of a dumb way to do things. Yeah, I don't like this. I'm not doing that. Let's just start the timer here for this. Timer.start 0.01 or something. Just some tiny amount of time, like on the next frame we'll do this. This is just to prevent calling store stats multiple times on the same frame. If you start a timer that's already started, I wonder what happens. So here's what we should test this out with. We should go make another achievement, a fake achievement. I'm going to go do this in the thing. All right, baby's second achievement. And the display name is going to be baby's second achievement. This is another test achievement on Steam. We need some graphics. Let's just use the opposite of the... No, that'd probably confuse me. I don't want to make new ones. I don't want to... Let's just use the same ones we used for the other one too. I'm doing this off screen purposely. There was an error uploading. Application data is missing. Please save the achievement before adding images. Seriously? Are you kidding me? Might as well let you even try to upload these. This has to be a bug. There's no way. Okay, so now I have baby's second achievement in the game. Then we have a function to skip frames. Yeah, but this timer is used not just for skipping frames, but also for retrying after like 3 seconds. So we wouldn't want to say like skip, 180 frames or something like that. And it's not actually, yeah. Okay, what was I going to do? I was going to go add this in. So we go add in baby's second achievement. And then plug that in over here. Oh, why didn't that work? There we go. Now replace the word first with second. And go try that. All right. So I'm going to go clear out all of my achievements. What's it called? Achievement or reset all stats? Yeah, reset all stats. Done. Except for not really. Now done. Don't forget the need to save to false on success. Yes, you're correct. I did forget that. There we go. All right, anything else we need to do? I don't think so. All right, so I'm going to go test this out. We're going to go to our save data. I don't even know where our save data is. There it is. Let's title this so I don't lose it. And launch this. And in here, we should see the achievements we got. We're just going to add in 2. And now, when I launch the game, we should see 2 achievements pop up. Well, I load the game, not when I launch the game. We should see 2 achievements pop up. But first, we should see them over here. It only shows 1. That's not right. Well, let's try it anyway. It didn't work at all. Did I forget to add it to the scene? I forgot to do something very important. Node not found achievement system. Did I forget to save? Achievement system. I didn't spell it wrong, did I? I did spell it, or not spell it wrong. I did path it to the wrong thing. There we go. I should fix this. Remember using the equivalent of this back then? Await to signal get tree. It doesn't require keeping a timer around. Is there a downside to this? There's not a downside to that if I only need to do it once. But I think if we do it that way, we're going to call into this thing many times. Where's that code? So the way this works is when we're loading from a save file, we iterate over every achievement that we have, and we call add achieved achievement. So then this is eventually going to get down to this code, which is going to use our one timer and just keep restarting it. Oh, terrible timing. Okay, I'll type this out quickly. In short, oh, back. Okay. That was a fast ad. Yeah, so we're converging on this code. If we were to turn this into a signal, then this is run inside of a loop. So we would end up calling that function that it's gating many times. Whereas by using one timer, it's all going to converge on this timer. So now when I load from a save file, we should see 2 achievements. I only see the first one for some reason. I'm not actually sure why. How did I get this into the... How did I get this into Steam the first time? Whoops. It just automatically added it. But here I only see the first one. What did I do wrong? In the portal? Oh, I gotta publish. Oh, yeah. Right. I even have it written here. Make sure you publish new achievements. Oh, man. All right. Yeah, let's go do that. Publish. Okay, so now it's published, and I believe I reset it. So now we should see if maybe I click away and click back. Maybe I need to launch the game. Let's launch the game. Because I don't know if it updates immediately. It's fine. I don't, at this part, I don't care if I have to do this. So now do we see it show up? No, it still says 0 out of 1. Oh, it didn't. Congrats, your changes are now live. What? They're not live. Where's my achievement? I want my achievement. Restart Steam. I don't think I had to do that the first time, though. Maybe I should just reset the stats. Maybe that'll trigger it. Huh. I thought it showed up immediately last time. Don't you also have to push the build? No, this is just the achievement backend. Huh. Did I miss something else? I had to restart Steam? I don't think I had to do it originally. I bet it would fix it if I restarted it. I wonder if I just wait like a minute or something, if it'll trigger it. Or maybe if I launch through Steam, or maybe I click update or something. Oh, it didn't change this. Okay, let's restart Steam. Engage privacy mode. Okay, did it work? Yeah, it worked. Man, okay, make sure you published new achievements. You may need to restart Steam after publishing. Take care, Flair. Good luck going into tomorrow. Okay, so now we launch the game. We don't have any of the achievements, and we should get 2 at once. I don't think I've ever seen this happen on Steam. Neat. It's all I always say tomorrow. Granting baby's first achievement and baby's second achievement. Nice. All right. Cool. So I'm going to check that in. We don't need process. In fact, I guess making this a node was only for the sake of adding a timer. Okay. This function is somewhat, well, not somewhat heavyweight. I should just link to the page on this. Where is that page? This page. So C href equals that. Shouldn't there be quotation marks? Function is not supposed to be called frequently. Or not this function. Store stats isn't supposed to be called. Cref equals. Oh God. All right. Godot Steam store stats is not supposed to be called frequently. So we, yeah, and it can fail. So we gate it with a timer and add our own retry logic. All right, those links better work. That one does. That one does. Cool. All right, so that's a change. That looks good. That changed into a node. That's gonna need to get deleted too. I don't have that explicitly written down. Delete baby's first achievement, first/second achievements. And the final one is here as far as the change goes. Store stats, need to store stats. Set it to true and start the timer. Hey, Spheroforia. Welcome in, welcome in. I think I'm on time today. Yeah, I'm going to be streaming for a little bit longer, but not too much longer. And by the way, honestly, if you ever feel like, oh, hey, I don't want to raid someone who's going to be ending in like the next 20 minutes, I'm probably always a bad choice. But welcome in, people. I've been working on Steam achievements for the last several hours, and it's been going pretty well. We're actually, I guess, like nearly done with the setup. But yeah, it's going well. I will show briefly what we did here. Oh, I started this the wrong way. Oh my God. Sometimes I hate this. Okay, we got to start Steam through the console. Hang on a second. Demo incoming. As soon as I figure out, there we go. I didn't engage privacy mode for that one. Just drag that over there. Can I press up? I cannot. Okay, so reset all stats on my app, which is 3638830 or something like that. I'd be pretty impressed if I just memorized the number for that. 3838630. I was wrong. 3838630. I had all the right numbers, just in the wrong order. And am I still typing this wrong? Why is this not working? 3838630. Huh. Why did it fail? That's not good. I did engage it? Okay, my bad. Yeah, for Godot. Yeah, I would love to show this, but apparently, wait, unless it reset already. Did it reset? No, it thinks I have these achievements. Why can't I stop this? Isn't this the thing to do it? Reset all stats, yeah. And then I paste this in. Success. What? Why did it fail the first time? I didn't change anything. Okay, well, whatever. Now we don't have achievements. I don't know why these are showing up, but they shouldn't be there. And when we launch the game, I have a save file that is going to grant me 2 achievements. This is going to be a very boring demo, but it is a demo nonetheless, and it should work. So we're going to load the game, and once I click continue, it should grant me 2 achievements. And there they are. Wow, great. So yeah, the way this works is we have a save file here, and it keeps track of which achievements you've gotten. And the reason we're doing this is because the scenario that we're accommodating here is you download the demo, you beat the first boss or do something worth an achievement, and then you buy the game and you load your demo's save file. At that point, we should give you an achievement. Valve doesn't recommend giving achievements for demos, I think because they don't show up anywhere. But I also, even if they did show up, I'm not really certain I'd want to do anything differently here. Yeah. So now we need like real achievements. This technically does happen when you beat a boss, but it's not like the right graphic or anything. So, yeah. What if someone didn't play the demo? Then this will still work. I'll show this off really fast. So let's say you did not play the demo. So we reset this. And let's say you're just in the main game now. And you start a new game. You'd go through the cutscene and everything. And then you would beat the first boss. So we'll get to that boss. And I will turn invincibility on. And we'll speed this up a lot. So when I win this battle, speed it up even more. That gave the achievement. So that's what it would be like if you were just playing the game normally. But in the demo, if you beat the boss, you would not see an achievement until you loaded in the full thing. Punstruction zone? I mean, it might be eventually. I don't know if we're going to do all that now. I still haven't actually checked this in, and I meant to. I think because I wrote a comment. Yeah. Timer. It's what's responsible for popping achievements up on the screen, which is like the entire point of achievements, in my opinion, is letting you know about them. All right, so gate call to store stats a bit. We now only try every so often, no more than once per frame. And we retry when it failed, if it fails. I guess when it failed, I don't know, whatever. Now let's publish that branch. Cat's going nuts over there. Okay, so I got to do this stuff off stream. Definitely going to write that down for tomorrow if I don't do it today, which it's not looking like I'm going to today. I mentioned this earlier today, but if you were on a diet and you were counting calories, I'm basically doing the same thing now for my time. I'm trying to like track where I'm spending time. And so far today, it's been very straightforward. It was wake up, waste about 20 minutes, and then get ready, work, lunch, work, and we're at the end of the work section. So after this, I've still got a bunch of hours before I go to sleep. That's where it's going to be interesting. Like, does tracking my time make me act a little bit differently? Will I spend it better? Will I get burned out? The idea of doing all of this, I wanted to do this for a week, and then I wanted to kind of categorize things at the end. There are certain buckets that I don't think need to change at all. Like this section, whatever I do on my lunch break, I don't think is going to be a problem. It's a lunch break. It's not meant to be productive. I'm working on either side of it. Getting ready, yeah, that doesn't need to change either. I'm not going to try to optimize these things either. Like, oh, could I shave off 5 minutes and whatever, putting my clothes together or something like that. Wasting time tracking that, but only for a week. I'll wait until I document that. I'll cut that bucket out immediately. So the idea was, am I spending my time mindlessly, and could I improve that somehow? And at least with me in particular, I kind of feel like I have a low threshold for doing things. Like, I'm productive for some number of hours per day, and I just feel like other people can be productive for longer. And I don't know if it's because of how I'm spending my time or just because that's who I am. So if it turns out after all this stuff that that's who I am, then that's it. I've hit my productivity ceiling. I've peaked already in life. I'll just never get anything done faster or better. Slowly getting the hang of the corn. Changed my tactics to spam words, which turned out to be better than typing out the books and quotes. Nice. I think it's really rare to be one of those people. I don't know. I feel like there are a couple things that sort of train you for this. I think one is the military, believe it or not, and the other is having kids. You just need some coffee? It might be. Although I'm not going to start doing that. But I think anything that requires you to use your free time very mindfully, and especially with having kids, I've just seen all new parents, they just seem like they never get any free time to themselves. Their weekends have been taken over, and not in like a, oh my God, I'm a prisoner to my own kid or something. It's like they want to do these things. they end up bringing their kids to play places or going to, you know, kids' birthday parties or something. Or it's like, that's not necessarily fun for them, but they do it because they like their kids. And then when they finally do get free time, they're like, oh my God, what do I do with this hour? Are you counting calories manually, or do you have some program? I'm not actually talking about calories here. I'm talking about if you were on a diet, you might be counting calories. I'm doing this with time. So I'm just tracking where I'm spending time. With that said, I'm not using a program for this. I'm just writing it down for now. But I'm only going to be doing it for about a week. You can add 10-minute workouts. After all, you definitely are not wasting time. Yeah. I could. I might do that. And hey, Juliet. Having kids makes you less effective. It's only after you get rid of them do you make use of those skills. I mean, your time is just going toward a different thing. But I think when you do get free time, you're probably not like, I don't know. You're probably more grateful for it. I have a lot of free time right now. And I feel like I'm just spending it playing video games or reading Reddit or going on YouTube or something. And some amount of that is necessary. You need entertainment time. I thought you were talking about people who can crank out work for long periods of time. I kind of am, but I think it's more so not necessarily work is what I'm talking about, but just like doing something that isn't pure entertainment. So like, let's say you had, I don't know, 8 kids or something, and you're doing a great job and they all love you and they're all successful in their lives by whatever standard they have. That's also like doing work in my mind. Now you might find this super fun, just like how some people might find work super fun. Maybe those are the people who are able to do work all the time. They just find it fun. So it's like, well, that is my entertainment. And I like a certain amount of work, but after some point I feel like I become ineffective and it doesn't matter if I still want to do more. I just seemingly can't. And I've had this a lot with all these to-do lists that I have. It just kind of makes me feel like a robot sometimes. Like I want to do a lot of these tasks, but I know they're going to take something out of me, so I need to weigh that cost. Although I guess that sort of thing still kind of happens in video games sometimes. They can become like checklists and they start feeling boring. I think a lot of people have that with like daily quests or missions in games. It's like, oh, I have to do this because otherwise I won't get as much of a benefit. Having to go to little kids' birthday parties is the absolute worst. So my wife and I don't plan on having kids, but I've been to kids' birthday parties nonetheless because we have friends who have kids. And if you don't have kids and you're going to one of these birthday parties, it definitely feels like it is not for you in any way. Like for other parents, they're then commingling with these parents. And it's like, well, our kids can then, you know, play together or something. But yeah, if you don't have kids, you're just like, well, the kid doesn't know it's their first birthday party. I tried counting calories manually, gave up after like 3 days. Yeah, I think it's not supposed to be a long-term thing anyway. Even in those 3 days, you probably learned a lot about like, oh my God, like I didn't realize I was having 600 calories of that, or that my macro distribution is whatever it is. So yeah, we pretty much just have to add the main achievements in at some point. I guess I'll write this down somewhere. I wonder how many achievements the game should have. How many, can you see, if I go to like Stardew Valley, can you see all the achievements on the Steam page without having to go to, whoops, there. Without having to go to 49, okay. Oh, they all have a nice little border. Oh, this is super cool. What? I don't believe this. 2% of people, this is the 100% achievement, right? I don't believe that many people got this. I feel like it would be way fewer. But I don't know. All right, let's take a look at just a couple other games. I like looking at some of these big games. Big in terms of how much they sold, but also big in terms of how much I like them. 115 on Terraria? Okay. What does Factorio do? Where are their achievements? Do they not have achievements? That seems weird, right? Scroll past it 2 times? Oh, the icons just look different because they're not using squares. Okay, my bad. Yeah. Okay, so I have 88. So Stardew has the lowest of those 3. What else? Dead Cells. Oh, well, Dead Cells has like a million pieces of DLC at this point, right? In fact, I don't even know where you find the original Dead Cells. Soundtrack. All right, well, let's just click one of these. It doesn't really matter. Okay, I didn't scroll past it this time. It must be on the base game. Yeah, here it is. Oh, I see. This one's mature. Okay, let me look at this off screen then. They have 121. Okay, and then let's just look at one more game, Risk of Rain 2. I actually did do some achievement hunting in this game. This one's really hard to get all the achievements. My goodness. 171. Okay, so then games generally have a lot of these. Risk of Rain 2 was nuts because they really hide some of these achievements. And I remember asking on Discord, hey, can I get hints? And Rami gave me some hints, and I spent like 2 hours after getting hints, and I still couldn't find them. And then I gave up because there's only so much I'm willing to put into a puzzle like this. It's just a glorified spreadsheet. Oh man, why didn't you use a spreadsheet? Out of curiosity. Never thought about a time counter app. Would be depressing to see how much time I spent on YouTube. The thing is, that's already a stat that's pretty much presented to you. Like my phone does this. I don't think desktop YouTube probably does it. Although you could look at your watch history and estimate from that. But like if you use it on your phone every time you use it, your phone will probably report this. Just imagine trying to touch up an art asset, but also your kids need you to restart Gabby's Dollhouse movie 3 times every hour. You can't not be efficient in that world. Yeah. So what if that's the conclusion? I need to like have kids and join the military, and then I'll be very regimented with my time. Maybe just good programming practice. Yeah. Yeah. I've seen a few of those kinds of people on Twitch. Actually, Spherophoria is one of them where I feel like it's like, I'll just make this thing. And there's no question of should I do it in a different way or not. And I'm not saying this is a good or bad thing. It's just a thing. Some people just like inventing that stuff themselves. Whoops. And I think L:Q is the same way. I never finish anything. But you start quite a lot. All right, so yeah, there are quite a lot of achievements in these games. Other games seem to have a bunch. Then again, I looked at games that came out a long time ago, right? What's a newer game that isn't made by some like mega company? Like what about Forager, I wonder? Because Forager did well, but not like crazy well. No, it did crazy well. How many do they have? 103? Okay. Megabonk? Megabonk probably has a lot though. Yeah, 116. Dyson Sphere program. That's an older game, right? 2021, yeah. Well, I mean, depends on what you say by older. 128. Yeah, so games tend to have a lot of achievements. The finals actually only has 50. I think it's 50. Yeah, 50. Yeah, so I think we should probably aim for, I don't know, 30 to start with. Flex Pit, are we just naming games at me now? Okay, fine. This is the last one I'm checking. It's 63. Yeah, okay. So I think we should probably get like at least 30. Or maybe just look at our icons and see what may make sense for achievements. We should also think about the pacing for these. Getting the first one during the intro, you died, is actually pretty funny. Although when you first launch the game after the demo, hey, Kavino. Yeah, at least more than 2. We'll have 3 achievements. Beating each boss would probably be reasonable. And we have graphics for those. Oh, we have graphics of the bosses. What I was kind of thinking of doing is just zooming in a lot and putting a border around them. Where is it? Monsters. All right, so let's take the Phoenix, for example. So we need it to be 256 by 256. So I was thinking, I guess you can't just zoom in a lot, because then we'll have a bunch of blank space. Yeah, so we could take a rectangle. What am I doing? is going on? There we go. Yes, we could do like that and just put a border around it. I think that would work pretty well. So yeah, bosses, a couple of kind of funny ones maybe. Maybe things for like when you build the farm. Then some for how much you do. So maybe when you get like 10,000 wisdom sludge, getting like 10k wisdom sludge, getting various amounts of money. Well, in story mode, beating scenarios in bone mode. A quest, maybe like the final quest. Completing a quest. Completing the final quest. Hey, Vibe Up. The limit is 4 point something billion. I'm going to make a game with 4 billion achievements. That'll show the world. Kill all the fish. Yeah. So we'll need to come up with a bunch of these. Maybe we just spend tomorrow doing some of that. I don't know. Yeah, that could actually work. I want to have some amount of them, like 15 even. And then if I get to another 15 later, great. If not, well, we've got some achievements. Some stuff has to be done off stream. Some of the things I had on this list have to be, but not a lot of it, I think. Man, the cat is like angry at me. It's 20 minutes ahead of time still. All right, so probably work on achievements. I think adding specific achievements would be good. Also, it's probably worth looking into how to automate adding them to an application. I can do it for both applications at once. The playtest and the full version. Plus menu from bone mode. Yeah, recognizing Orange Ray as the best skeleton. I think something about, like, each system should probably have something. It'd be kind of interesting to have cast 100 spells or something. You unlock auto casting, so it's not like it's hard to do that. You just turn this button on, and then 500 spells later, or 100 spells later, or whatever, you get an achievement. You don't even realize it. Secret potion. Okay, so I was Dark. You're nuts. I was trying this earlier. So you can let go of a potion, and it'll drop it a few pixels away from where you let go of it. And Dark did this until it made it all the way across the map beyond the bridge. So a potion, an achievement for like get a potion to be past the bridge. It's not hard to do. It's just not fun to do. And it probably takes what, like 2 minutes minimally. And at any point, if a worker takes it from you, like if I just leave this for a little bit too long and then they snatch it out of my hands, then you have to restart. Yeah. So that's crazy. I don't know about that. I do like the idea of like click 40 apples or something. I think that'd be pretty neat. And some of these we could have stats that we use in Steam. Where's the mushroom you can click there? There's another one. And there's one other mushroom somewhere, I thought. Maybe there are only 2. Not all of them are clickable. I know there are other mushrooms in the game. Like that one's not clickable. That one's not clickable. Yeah, I don't remember where you hid the other one. No. Huh. I know where the apples are. There's one there, and there's one there. Huh. Success. Yeah, success. There have been a lot of people, by the way, who've been like, why can I only click those ones? Why can't I click that mushroom? So we got to eventually change this. Maybe you can only click the red ones, and we only put 3 red ones down. Or just let you click all of them. Yeah, get like the full warehouse, max things out. Yeah, I think we can come up with a bunch of these. Ideally, they're ones that we have icons for, because I don't want to make new icons for any of this stuff. So any of this stuff. Oh, that has a white arrow there. I guess it'll be kind of hard to do some of these. These all relate to abilities or perks. Yeah, we'll figure it out. Okay. I think it's time to get going. Today's been a very successful day. We got here's what's on the roadmap. Achievements, we're working through that. Localization, still working through that. Controller support, we've got a pretty difficult bug to figure out for that. Final cutscene, yeah, a bunch of stabilization, then a lot of marketing stuff. Let's find someone to raid. Who is online? Charity cat stream. What is LiveGV doing? Is she just playing with her cat? Okay, I'm raiding her. I don't know what she's doing exactly, but I see a cat on her stream. All right, so LiveGV is one of the people who played Skeleseller a while ago. Let's go raid her. Thank you all for watching. If you'd like to join Discord, here are the links. I'll be back tomorrow, but it'll just be for the morning. And then I'm probably going to work on some marketing stuff. Take care, everyone. See you later. Bye.